Oh. What's up, YouTube? Joseph here, and I'm gonna give you guys the pretty much combo video for Harpies and Links. I'm gonna note it as Harpie Link. This is arguably one of the most out there yet fun videos I've done because um it goes back to when I started playing this game again at right around the time Synchros came out. I didn't know what a Synchro monster was. I didn't know what a tuner monster was. And for many players who play this game, you come back in or you come into a format and you're like, what is that monster? What does it do? Why is it in the extra? Why is it a whole different color? And for those who play Harpies, I'm pretty sure many of us had that issue as well. Um, from a little bit of experience, I ended up not playing Harpies for a period of time till we got new support for Harpies because it was very hard to manage an extra deck where you had multiple mechanics. You barely had enough resources to even utilize either side of mechanic. For mechanics, I'm talking when it became between the Exceed era beginning and the end of the Synchro era. Which is ironic because Synchro Monster still showed up during the Exceed era. Anyway, um, but it's kind of more so of there wasn't anyone who was willing to show you something on YouTube without feeling like they're either telling you too much or they're not telling you enough. And I'm going to pretty much tell you as much as I can off of what I know so that you guys can be aware of it as well. And also, so you can strategize and know what stuff you can do when you play Harpies in the link format. Um, as well as it is the new mechanic and a lot of stuff has changed. Most of the new stuff does not affect us except for one thing, and that's where they place the extra monster zone, which is on top of the main monster zone. The main monster zone is where monsters from your main deck or graveyard get normal or special summon to. The extra monster zones are where monsters from your extra deck go. With link monsters, they help you put more monsters from your extra deck to your main monster zone if the link indicators on those monsters point to the main monster zone. I want to go to my cute little proxies that I just made like literally hours ago. This is my rendition of Decode Talker. Yay. Decode Talker, the actual card, will have 9 points on it. 2 on the top and the bottom, 2 on the left and right, and then 4, 2 on the top left, top right, and 2 on the bottom left, bottom right. And if those indicators are, I think they're either orange or red, they indicate that those are where you can place monsters from the extra deck into the zones that they point to. That does not include spells in trap zones, unfortunately, which would have been awesome, but they don't. Monsters that get summoned to the extra deck, the extra monster zone, like I said, come from the extra deck, and with monsters like Decode Talker and Fire, I forgot what his name, Firewall Dragon. They help players like us allow monsters from our extra deck to be multiply put on the board. Now, there's nothing wrong with you putting a monster from your extra deck into the main monster zone. You can still do that. But I wanted to at least make sure you guys knew that you have combos and you have ways to play into your Link monsters. Link monsters, depending on what the requirements are, you can easily just send 2 monsters from your field to the graveyard and then summon that monster to your main monster zone. For Harpies, it's no simpler than normal summoning Harpie Chandler, discarding a Harpie card, special summoning a Harpie monster, and then sending those monsters like you were synchro summoning to the graveyard, and then putting the monster in the monster zone. The extra deck monster, the link monster that you summon from the extra deck, the indicators will point to those main monster zones. So, say for instance, we go into a Deco Talker, and we can use a Harpie Chandler next turn. Well, if you place it correctly, Harpie Chandler and a Harpie Harpist, as long as there's no one in that monster zone that where Deco Talker is pointing, or you do have a monster there, you can just put all your materials together and make a monster like Lightning Chidori. Or you can link summon and put Firewall Dragon into his place. And that way Firewall Dragon can point to more monster zones that say Deco Talker can't touch. So that you can get into some more Exceed plays from there. Or you can summon more Link monsters. Now, besides Harpie Chandler, of course, your other combination is through Elegant Egotist and Hysteric Sign. And the reason why I say through Elegant Egotist and Hysteric Sign is because, of course, Elegant Egotist can be picked up by Hysteric Sign. So if you play a Harpie Chandler, you can get a Harpie Lady monster from your deck, like Harpie Lady. And the reason why I'm showing off Harpie Lady is because you combine it with an Elegant Egotist, a double setup for Ego. You can get 2 Harpie Ladies, and then link summon with them to make a Link Spider. And Link Spider can be put in the place so that you can get a monster from your extra deck and put that there. Like, then activate Chandler's effect to discard a Harpie monster, special summon a Harpie monster, and then Exceed summon or Link summon into another monster. Primarily, you want to go for a Firewall Dragon if you can, so that you can open up spaces on both indicated sides, so that you can have the Link Spider linked to the Firewall Dragon. The Firewall Dragon can have more monsters on either side of him, and then on top of that, a lot of Link monsters have effects that, as long as something is pointed to its indicator, you can use them for the effects. Kind of like an Exceed monster using its Exceed material to pretty much use its effects. Some other good combinations of cards is Divine Wind of the Mist Valley. You can activate it alongside Harpie's Dancer. So Harpie Dancer can bounce herself, and you can put another Harpie Lady monster from your hand to the field like Harpie Chandler. And then activate Chandler's effect to discard. I'm overstepping one. You can activate Divine Wind to go get a Harpie Harpist. And then activate Chandler's effect to discard Harpie Dancer to play another Harpie monster from your hand. And then you can Exceed and make a monster like Phantasmal. Or, let me grab Phantasmal. Who's not in that pile? Sorry, guys. Or, you can make a Link monster. Say, for instance, Firewall. And due to Harpist's effect, you can add another Harpie Chandler from your deck to your hand, and you can prepare for next turn. Or a Harpie Dancer and prepare for next turn. Then the Ever Faithful Soul Charge, if you choose to want to run it as an option to pick up monsters from your graveyard, and then you can use those. The thing about Link monsters that, for the moment, a lot of these currently don't say you can use a monster of a certain level, like Exceed monsters. Deco Talker needs 2 effect monsters. Firewall Dragon, I believe, from what I read of him, says he just needs monsters, at least 2 monsters to be used for it. You can also use Link monsters to link summon. And I think it's something about the link number that you use for that. Someone can check that for me, that'd be great. Because I don't know where my other phone is at the moment, so I can't check it for you guys to respond to that. Some other key cards that I pulled out were Symbol of Heritage, Swallow's Nest, and Inferno. Inferno is because of Harpie Lady, and I'm talking vanilla Harpie Lady. So say, for instance, you're one of those players that you want to run Harpie Lady, the vanilla monster, because sometimes you don't want to run into the effects of cards like, what's it, Fiendish Chain. And you don't want your Harpie's effect to be negated, so you can Inferno. So if your opponent controls a monster, you such summon a Harpie Lady. Your option can be Harpie Lady herself, an Inferno Reckless summon, and get every monster in your deck with Harpie Lady in its name, as well as any monster in your hand or in your graveyard that has Harpie Lady. And then you can set up more plays like that. You can set up a link summon play or an exceed summon play, and really have advantages to go off. The same thing with Symbol of Heritage. You can summon Harpie Chandler, because if you have 3 or more monsters in the graveyard that share the same name, you can summon Harpie Chandler. And then Harpie Chandler, you can ditch the Harpie card and get another Harpie monster back. As well as Swallow's Nest. Swallow's Nest in particular is just so that you can just feed your graveyard. But if you can feed your field with a Harpie monster, and let's say you want to make Link Spider, you can Swallow's Nest the Harpie Chandler into Harpie Lady, and then you can pull off the 2 normal monsters for the Link Spider. And then the Link Spider can help you go into some of your plays as well. Then, of course, we cannot talk about Harpies if we're not going to talk about Hysteric Party. It's pretty much a 5 in all card that Harpies can use to get any variation of Harpie Lady from our graveyard to the field. And because they all share the name Harpie Lady, you have a limited amount of options to get from your deck. Yes, this includes Harpie Lady 2 and Harpie Lady 3. Although we only use them in Duel Links, most of the time we do have to understand that they are still Harpie Ladies, so they still technically can be an option. And despite unpopular events, Harpie's Pet Dragon can still be used even if you decide to exceed summon. You can pop both off for a Link summon, and then have Queen Dragoon Jin come into play, and she can pick up Dragon in case you want to beat her. So I didn't want to leave Dragon out. Summoner Monk will be a great addition if you choose to run Monk. You can play Monk, discard a spell card like Hysteric Sign, just summon Harpie Chandler, and then Chandler can use her abilities to go off. Sending Harpie cards, go get a Harpie monster like Harpie Harpies. Say for instance, you don't want to sit on the Chandler, you can exceed, or you can Link summon, and then set up your board for another play. So that's like this is many combos I can really just think of at the moment. And of course Call on it. Like especially the recovery cards, I do want to talk about those. Monster Reborn in OCG, we have Call, Soul Charge, combinations like that. And even using some of the extra deck combo cards, like you can use your Link Wish, go and snatch a monster and then Link summon, and then, hey, we got rid of at least one threat. So, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys just a few combinations, inform you guys that if you're a Harpie player or just a player in this game and in general, don't be afraid of the Link summon. At least try it out. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. You can go into a deck that doesn't have an extra deck, or you have a deck that, you at least have one standalone monster from the extra deck at all times in case something happens. Like, you have your options, just never be afraid to use them. And I just wanted to make sure that at least the Harpie players have a video that, you can utilize your various combinations to get into your various Link monsters, and they can assist you as well. We're all hoping somewhere along this we get the Bladefly various Link monster. How we have Maldis Radius and Mr. Boy. Now, we'd like to see that. I'm sure Light and Fire and Dark also are expecting variations of Hoshinijin, Witch's Apprentice, and Little Chimera Link monsters as well. So it's really, really awesome to see that Konami hasn't really forgot about the old cards. They're just updating them to where they can be playable or be relatively somewhat useful to the decks that they are meant for, are just the basis of in terms of typings and attributes that they can be useful for that as well. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope this video was informative. You guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions or stuff, you can leave them in the comment section below. Uh, but that's all for now. Until next time, HPJ signing out. Take care, everyone.